This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Call the meeting of the November 5th meeting of the Easthampton Historical Commission to order. While you're getting ready, first order of business, public speak. There's nothing? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Table the approval of the minutes until after the next presentation. And thank you, Sean, from 3 Ferry Street with
Yep, thank you.
I have a question.
Sure.
There's one.
It was. Yeah. It was. So, thank you for your time tonight. And you know what we can do is let's skip. We'll go right to the second page. So again, back in, I'm not sure when. Maybe it was 2019 or 2020. We came before you and showed you the project and explained what the project was going to entail. We had a bunch of letters of support from city, fire department, police department, building inspector, mayor, etc. This was actually part of the MassWorks grant at the very beginning, if you remember all of that, actually on Ferry Street. So we came up with, we had an MOA that we ended up signing with you folks as well as MHC, Mass Historic, Rona Simon, and these were the items that we needed to review with you and get, at a certain time before we started major demolition. Because we already demolished building 1. We had to, it was falling down, if you remember. Do you? Yeah. So we couldn't have our consultants walking around that building. So anyway, this is what the Mass Historic ended up coming up with for a memorandum of agreement regarding the balance of the project. So the first thing is we're going to notify Mass Historic, after this meeting tonight, regarding the demolition of 3 additional buildings, which are the boiler room building, which is, I showed you here. The boiler room building is actually in this position right here, which is along the canal.
right along the canal. Yeah, the number 9 is the powerhouse, right?
Correct. Yep, that's the hydroelectric plant. So we're gonna demolish that, and then that'll make way for obviously this new building 11, which will be income restricted. That'll be a nice fit for the city of Easthampton for school teachers, town personnel, et cetera, et cetera. Well, we're also going to demolish a small portion of the front of building 7, which is a CMU, concrete block building that comes right out to the sidewalk.
Right, yeah.
That was like a 1960s add-on. And then we'll make way for an outdoor patio on the front of building 7. It talks about 3 buildings. Actually, the boiler room building, the historical numbers on it are actually 2 numbers. I think it's like 9 and 13.
So this is the boiler room.
That's the hydro plant that we're going to keep. So the boiler room building is actually attached to that.
Stay in the meeting.
That's actually
Kick me out.
a courtyard that we're going to make when we go to build this project out.
What's this?
That's just the back. That's kind of funny. It's an overhang. So actually you can drive underneath this part of the back of building 7, and then you can go over the bridge across the canal to the other side of the site. And that's actually part of our MassWorks grant that we got on Ferry Street for the Ferry Street upgrades. I don't know if you folks have been following that. but we got $4.5 million, $4.7 million between the city and ourselves for the infrastructure
Yeah.
on the around Building 11, right?
Yeah.
And then also the Ferry Parsons Street issue with the site distance. You pull out onto from Parsons Street, take a left onto Ferry, and you do one of these to make sure you know,
Yeah.
because you can't see, you know.
Yeah.
Because there used to be a mirror there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was
There
a
was, yeah,
mirror
that's right.
on Ferry Street looking down the hill, so you could see if something was coming on Parsons.
Yeah. So that's all of that work that we're gonna be doing with that grant. And then it'll also actually include, part of that grant is to include the bridge that's over the canal at the back for EMS. You know, because obviously there'll be a lot of residential here, and wanna make sure we have access for fire.
So that is only gonna be like emergency access, that won't be a public way, okay.
Correct. And then there's a little part on that building 9, that's the hydro plant. It's not shown on the plan obviously, but it's like a little jut out on the right-hand side, if you're looking at the plan. It's a room that's like 8 by 5. Don't know what it was there for, but that's actually gonna be demolished. But building 9, the main hydro plant, the main building will stay. And that's gonna become a retail operation.
And this little lot here is
That's gonna be, access off of Ferry Street.
for this one or both.
So that you'll be able to come in off of Ferry Street and circulate, navigate around Building 11. Actually, while we're talking about the demolition, let me just show you these pictures, because this is what the boiler room building unfortunately looks like now. The reason why we can't obviously salvage it. So if you're looking from, this is the back of the project. This is Ferry Street up here. Here's the canal. This is Building 7. Does everybody, I don't know if you have your bearing, everybody got their bearings where I am? So this picture here is the back, it's this part of the building. Back here. So this is the back of the boiler room building.
This is where the bridge, the emergency access would be back here.
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me one minute, this is Brian, I'm my consultant. Hey Brian, how are you? We're having some issues with the meeting group, but I'll handle it. I brought copies, so I'm gonna be all set. Yeah, I know. Everybody, we appreciate it, but we just, we can't make the video conferencing work. Okay. Okay, that's great. Thank you, Brian, for calling. Okay, take care. Bye.
See this?
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with the boiler room building, so that's gonna all come down. We're gonna be working with the city also on taking that down with some funding. There is quite a bit of contamination, in the asbestos and a little bit of PCBs in the building.
Doesn't look much worse than 1976.
Yeah, right. I hope you wore a hard hat back then, Mike,
I mean, I'm kind of being funny there, but there are some buildings that were really pretty poor shape.
So, and then the cupola, which we actually salvaged off of building 1, I think you've all probably seen that's right next to building 5. And then we had the interpretive panels. Well, actually, there's actually the exterior elevation, sorry, that we needed to run by you and show you for your comments. This is actually building 7. Which we're, the building is gonna pretty much stay the same.
Materials similar to the 5?
It's actually the same brick. We're gonna sandblast and clean it. So the colors will be just about the same.
So
The right side, the upper right side, that's the front of the building.
that's the side facing towards.
Correct. That's the south exposure. That's the northern exposure.
And these are windows here, or is this?
They are, because that looks a little confusing because the building is a trapezoid in the back. So when you're looking at it at a plan elevation, it looks like it's distorted.
The front is actually on the opposite side of this here, right?
This is actually the front right here. So you're looking this way.
So these brackets, are, is that a sun?
Those are solar shades. Yeah.
Solar panels up?
Those are solar panels on the existing, those clear stories
Uh-huh.
that are there. That was pretty ingenious back then in the early days when they have the north facing, the building is not north facing, and they put the clear stories north facing. And they're dealing with fabric, and they don't want the fabric to fade, so they put all the glazing north, which was pretty ingenious.
So this is basically the side of this. Correct. Makes sense.
And then the next building is building 11, which obviously is all new construction. It's all from the ground up. This is again, the income restricted. So this is 96 units.
Garage?
It is, it's a podium. Correct, it's a podium. Podium buildings, the whole lower level of the podium is parking.
And this area.
That's mechanical equipment, yeah.
I wanna just check, these are balconies, right?
They're balconies, but they're false balconies.
Okay,
So the aluminum panel, the aluminum extrusions are bolted to the building. So they can open those windows. It's more aesthetics.
yeah, so can they do like a flower pot or anything? Or is it
It's just only like 6 inches off the
okay,
wall.
let's see.
Yeah, right. And the building, one of the problems we have now, actually a developer problem, and it's obviously all of, not just Massachusetts, Massachusetts in particular in this scenario, is the building standards now have changed drastically. So this building, had to get to a point where it wasn't really, it's Energy Star, but the next step up is where, everything's electrical now, we can't use gas. So it drives up our costs on everything from insulation to every product you can think of to make the building super tight. Now you're mechanically ventilating, it becomes very expensive.
Yeah.
So in terms of, is each unit gonna be self-controlled?
It is, yeah, each unit is, yeah.
What is that one?
The fresh air is a common rooftop ERV system that brings in fresh air, and then each unit has like a mini split, a Mitsubishi mini split electric, and that powers the heating and air conditioning in the units. It's a lot. This building is about $52 million.
Is this,
The project got a lot of, we got a lot of grant money from the state on this project, federal and state.
I'm trying to put in one for my town.
It's crazy, it's crazy.
Trying
I'm
to
sorry,
find-
Nora, what was the question?
Oh, just in the ground, the grade
Yeah,
down here?
so the elevation, the topography on
Yeah.
the property.
Yeah,
When you come off of Ferry Street, it's considered a negative site, so when you come off of Ferry Street, it's literally 20 feet lower than Ferry Street. So you drive in, down like basically a ramp to get around
so
the back.
this is the scope, so Ferry Street's here. and
That's
this is
correct.
the- Okay,
Exactly.
alright, gotcha.
Exactly.
So the Ferry Street side is not. Oh,
It's the same amount of floors, the difference is you don't see the podium, you don't see the the parking is at below grade.
I don't know.
It's below grade at Ferry Street, but as you get around the back of the building, it's open.
East is the canal side?
Canal side is,
Facing it, wouldn't it be?
the canal side is actually on the opposite side of the lower picture.
Okay.
So
But it's not-
So east is this way, so it's west side.
That's correct.
It's kind of a weird,
So originally, when we originally had this building, the idea was the boiler room building location was gonna be the same location as the new, so in other words, if we just take 11 and move it along the canal,
Mhm.
and I don't know why I didn't pick up on this at the beginning, because this was a mistake that I made. There was no way to really stage that side of the building for constructing the building.
Right.
And then to take it a step further, I'm like, how the hell are we gonna get a fire truck around, to get that, to service that side of the building?
Yeah.
So then we just decided, obviously, for construction and for EMS purposes, get the building in the center of the
Yeah.
property, which makes sense.
So each unit has how many windows?
I'd have to look at the floor plans.
You said 96 units.
96
Okay.
units, yeah. This is already permitted, because we had to fill, we had to meet a deadline for this energy efficiency change. From the stretch code to, I forgot the name of it now. It would have made this project from a $51 million project to about an $80 million project, that we would have been not happening. Any other questions on that?
Materials.
Materials, I think, are gonna be a hardy product, which is like a cement board type of product.
Have different colors.
Clad windows. Aluminum clad windows, and we had different colors with
Now the color choice.
I honestly don't, I'm sorry. But there won't be anything crazy.
No reds and greens.
No, nothing really super bright.
hot pink and fluorescent green.
Yeah, purple. Okay, so then the next is, this part is the location of interpretive panels. And again, we kind of got the panel locations, This is, again, the historical parts that we extracted from historical data for the entire site. So this first page here is actually just so you can kind of get your bearings on where you are, is where this is Ferry Street up top. And then this panel, this would actually be a panel. I don't know if we've actually had the sizes, but they would be approximately this size, which would be 11 by 17. And we would put it under a piece of, the tricky part now is how do we talked about this in depth, how do we keep it from non-fading, over time?
That's the problem.
Yeah, so when we actually, the location, when we went to look at these on site. We tried to put them in shaded areas. So the panels, we got panels 3, 4 in the shaded area. The panels 1 and 2, which I really wanted to do as you're coming off the bike path, and then you're kind of like looking at the site overall. We wanted to try to shade that somehow. We can't, but that's a really important location. So if people are walking off the bike path, coming down the stairs, they're looking at the overall site, they can understand really the kind of history.
What's the material concern?
The material is going to be like a plexiglass panel, and it'll be on a pedestal, an aluminum pedestal. And I'm sure it'll be mounted to like some sort of a metal
So is
aluminum.
it printed on plexiglass or is it plexiglass covering?
It's plexiglass covering, however that's going to be printed. It's not going to be on paper. It'll have to be on something more
Right, yeah.
resilient than that. And again, this is the historical data of this entire site that we'll have at those locations. The one thing that was actually interesting that when I started to look at, actually, when you're on the page of the proposed panel 3, this is actually printed in reverse. So in other words, back when I took pictures and I tried to print them, they'd be backwards. So really, this is in the far bottom right, that is the Ferry Street property.
Right.
And the building that is, the bigger building that's up front, that's actually the building behind my other project on Mill 180 on Pleasant Street. This is the building that was in the park,
Right.
which is considered Mill Building 1.
Yep.
That was demolished, whenever it was before my time.
Interestingly enough, there was a YouTube video on the demolition of this tower, the staircase. Unfortunately, I didn't save it back when I first saw it. It disappeared. I haven't been able to find it since, but they actually burnt the interior structure so they could demolish it. They set it on fire.
To let it collapse on itself. Wow.
Yeah, and somebody had a video of it. I mean, it was an old video. I mean, whoever took the film, it was kind of remarkable.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, it's lost.
And then there's the panel number 4, which I thought was actually a pretty cool picture too, because how did they take that back then? I mean, if it was in an airplane, it had to have been an airplane, right?
Yeah, the one that
So
I
impressive.
have, is looking at it from high towards the front.
Towards the front, yeah.
There's a lot of detail.
1926.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And then panel 5 is actually from the Sanborn maps,
Oh, yeah.
which are, great historical.
Sure.
It's actually pretty fun to read if you ever get into them.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
there's actually a lot of information on it that, you don't even think of looking.
Exactly.
Even with water stuff, there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We never had any records of.
And originally, the Sanborn maps were really for the insurance companies because
Yeah.
they were petrified of fire, so that they wanted to make sure that they had the insurance companies. And in fact, did I show you 3 Ferry, the vault inside there? Did I ever show you that? They had a 3 Ferry has a vault on 2 floors. And they would use that to keep all their, wasn't really, maybe it was money, but it was more for important papers and documents that didn't have a fire. The material was safe.
So what, the Sanborn map, all that, could you register that there was a vault there, or
No.
what was
No, but it was just
significant about it?
Well, it's just that they, it was kind of not related to the Sanborn map, it was just related to how how scary back then, in the late 1800s or even earlier.
Yeah.
In these industrial sites, that they were worried about fire.
Yeah.
And especially building 3, because that's a brick and timber building.
Yeah.
Building 5 is all concrete, which is a later vintage. Building 7 is concrete and brick
Well,
and
that's,
steel.
yeah.
So they started to change over time.
After losing a couple of buildings up on the mountain, I imagine everybody was pretty sensitive to fire.
Right. Exactly.
That's where I got types.
I've heard that there was a driving school.
Nichols Driving
Yeah,
School.
yeah.
Did you go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there was a few oddball businesses in there. Connecticut River Conservancy was in there for a while. Then they moved up to Turner's Falls, I think. Interesting. And of course, the Hampton Warehouse.
Yeah, right.
This was 2018 when Mike and I went through.
Oh, yeah.
That was already you, right? Mike?
Yeah, I think I had an agreement in 2017. I had 2 years
Yeah.
worth of due diligence between
Yeah.
environmentals and
We went through all the
geotechnical. Tortured with everything that we found, and contamination and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then panel 6, which kind of just talks about the overall buildings.
So this would be basically all this.
Correct. Yeah, we'll keep it 11 by 17, so it's obviously legible. We don't want to be tiny font.
and they'll be displayed together. That's the idea. You'll have like them
Groupings.
mounted and
Groupings,
yeah. Okay.
Who's gonna manufacture it, yeah.
We haven't got that far yet. But if you have any suggestions, I'm open to hear. It's got to be, the other part too, it's got to be vandal-proof. So there's a lot that's got to be taken into consideration. So it's the vandal-proof and the sun.
Pascal and Trust has dealt with some of that. For some of the trails.
Oh yeah.
Last part.
Actually, I'm gonna donate a piece of land to that too. It's not down around the corner that I own. It's behind the towing place. Is that about right there, right on the rotary? Is that what you mean, those trails?
Yeah.
That's great that you're doing that.
It'll help with they have some issues there with the towing company. They've been junk all over the place, so we'll try to fix that. And obviously the big thing here is to, create as much housing as possible because we have such a shortage. And obviously for the city of Easthampton, this income restricted 96 units should be a significant help. It's still not enough, not even close, The original thought was I wanted to do, philanthropically, I wanted to get involved with veteran housing. It's just there's nothing available to be fund-wise to assist.
Really?
So we ended up going down this other road, which this is kind of we're getting 4% and 9% credits, 4% state, 9% federal, and that was a challenge. We're still not at the finish line, but really close. Really close. Again, the Healy administration backed us, with pretty significant amount of that, which was great. So we're just about there. I'm hoping we can get this project done by Building 7. If I can start it in the spring, it'll be almost a year and a half, 2 years to build. Building 11 will be about the same, a year and a half. And I think we're going to start them almost at the same time.
Oh, really?
So stay away from Ferry Street for a little
Okay.
while when that's going on.
So
It's going to be busy.
optimistically in the spring, both would start. Yeah.
Yes, optimistically, 7 will be in the spring or in 2026, and the same thing with Building 11. And then we also have a project on Emerald Street that we're going to be doing as well, which is another.
I read about it.
Gotta be careful, because I don't want to do all this work on Emerald Street, and that's going to have trails and same thing, kind of plaques like this. And I think I mentioned the newspaper earlier. I wanted to put a plaque up here where you are on Emerald Street and you're looking across the pond at the back of Mill 1, which is on Pleasant Street. But we don't want to do all that work and have construction damage everything, so we're trying to stage things accordingly. Even the work on Ferry Street itself, we want to do that last because of all the heavy equipment that's going to be going in and out of.
What's the Emerald Street project? I know.
The Emerald Street project is a bank improvement. It's actually water lines that are going to be going in there. And then I think they're going to repave. There's going to be a sidewalk on the pond side with little seating areas so you can overlook the pond.
So the water lines are for the structures on Ferry Street?
The water lines are actually that's actually going to be done by, I think it's got to be done by December, I think.
Oh, okay.
So that's happening now.
Okay.
And Balthazar
Is
got
that why
that
it was
contract.
closed?
Yes, exactly.
You see, they did,
Well, that was for testing for the Ferry Street work, for the retaining wall they're going to be doing for the Parsons. They're taking Ferry Street and actually moving it towards those duplexes. If you come out of Parsons and hang a left, you're driving down Ferry, the duplex is on the left-hand side. That's the sight distance problem, that retaining wall.
Mhm.
So the retaining wall is going to be pushed back about 8 feet, and the sidewalk will be now on the left-hand side. So
Wow.
you'll be able to walk around Parsons and walk right down.
And the visibility will be
Pond.
great, so much greater.
Exactly.
Yeah, wow, that's
So
Exactly.
what I was
okay.
reading, that this
That's-
area over the canal was gonna get improved,
There was, so there's a pedestrian bridge that's going to happen there too.
because that is kind of a tricky.
It is. You have to walk out into the street around the
Right.
fence, and that's
Yeah.
an accident waiting to happen there, unfortunately.
anybody have any other questions? Or- Okay, I think, okay, we already talked about the demolition of the William building. Anything else? Pretty much covered everything.
I think so, yeah, that's, we're gonna notify MHC after, what we'll do is we'll take your letter, hopefully your letter of support for this, and we'll include that with our demolition that we're gonna be doing. All we have to do is just notify them, we don't need any feedback from them. And then it's just following, we're following through with the MOA agreement that we originally talked about, and so it's the cupola, which is done, the panels, which we will do, and then any comments that you would have, in support of the project. We should be off to the races.
Wow. Can I ask you a fluffy, irrelevant question? What's this area?
So originally, the idea was bocce courts,
Uh,
and then because bocce is out of style,
Oh, I think it's back in style.
well, pickleball is killing it now, so. Are you,
They just put in bocce courts
And-
at Look Park,
yeah,
I think.
yeah,
really?
yeah.
I think it was great. So we had this idea to do this, right? So
Yeah.
now we do this building, which is, everything's gotta be ADA now,
Mhm,
which
of
obviously
course.
I understand.
Sure.
This cannot be ADA because of the elevation. So now we have to figure out,
I see. So,
because if you do it for one, you
Yeah.
gotta do it for all.
sure.
So
sure.
we're a little bit of a quandary.
All right, so you're
So,
still figuring that
we're
out.
still
All
figuring
right.
that out.
Well, thank you. I was just very curious.
Pictures of one Ferry Street.
Yeah, so actually we were actually on site when this happened, that was a pretty crazy sound when that building collapsed.
Yeah, that was amazing. Looking up through the building.
It was.
Need great pictures.
For sure. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
For us?
Those of you, if you want to keep them.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support. And I'm sorry we couldn't get,
Yeah,
Brian and
yeah, I'm sorry.
Tony on. No, it's not your fault, Mike. They're,
I mean, the experience was
yeah.
showing.
no, hey, it's not, technology's not easy.
Sometimes, no. Sure.
So, area code 5
I remember you being before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe don't.
Actually, I gotta be quiet.
Here.
Thank you, everybody, thank you.
Smart.
That we know of. Like that other, the last meeting, the one downstairs. Remember he said turned it on, never came up anywhere. I gotta check again, but
Still seems, it says it's recorded.
it probably is this time.
I don't know why it was grayed out. It just seemed like we didn't have the option.
Yeah,
Thank you.
well, and I talked to IT today about this, because I wasn't sure how to set this all up, but she, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, so. Yeah,
It seemed like it got right to the point where
Yeah,
all we needed is a
we got
record
there,
button
yeah.
that was clickable.
thanks for everything, we'll be in touch.
Thank you, thank you. And thank you if you ever want a tour, I'm
Yeah.
happy to give you a tour.
Thank you
Oh, yeah.
so very much.
Yeah, before, see that, the boiler building.
Yeah, before we demo, that was pretty cool. Thank you all. Thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Welcome to Easthampton.
Thank you. Be well, thanks.
Okay. We have, anybody have any comments on all this?
I'm just pleased to see these historical plaques that are going
Yeah.
in and all, I mean, and the cupola, those are things that they promised, that they're keeping their promise on. I know
Yeah.
we've had others who made promises that
Yeah.
weren't so good about those,
Uh,
those small historical elements.
It's a decent job on it.
We need the housing.
Maybe. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, he's pretty cooperative as far as his stuff done. Okay, shall we do the approval of the minutes? Do we have people?
I move we approve the July and September 10th
September
meeting minutes.
Second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So there's no other correspondence that I'm aware of. Yep, the other, I mean, most of the rest of this, we don't really have any updates.
The town clock, I can just say,
You can.
yeah, so I made it through the first round of approvals for the finances, so
Great.
that goes to the top, and good luck. That's keeping in mind, that's just for the design phase. This isn't for the repair itself, but for the design, because the costs went up so much since we had the first request for money that it didn't cover. So luckily, looks like, knock wood, we're on track to get it all covered. So we can get someone who can propose the design and give us an estimate of the costs, and then they'll come back for that, I imagine.
Step in the right direction.
And item number 6, future projects. Remember, John and I met with
Eva.
Eva, okay. Eva?
Yeah.
Eva? Yeah. So, I think we threw a few things at her, but we still need to continue that discussion, I believe, with everybody else. Refresh my memory, what did we do?
Goals and objectives,
Yeah.
we
For
laid
like
some
the
out.
coming
We'll-
year,
yeah.
the coming couple of years probably.
Yeah.
So that the CPA committee would have kind kind of their master plan, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, I guess
Sort of.
in lieu of a master plan, I think we'll be doing another master plan. But in order to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
the CPA's goals aligned with the historic commissions, they said, what are the historic commission's goals? So,
Yeah.
and
So
objectives
we
and
need,
that sort
we
of.
need goals. Yeah, yeah, other than that, I have nothing, any other updates on this. Next Thursday, we have the demo delay hearing with, we can make an appointment with them. Mr.
Do you think we
Patel?
could do that this weekend?
Maybe,
Okay.
I haven't seen anybody or heard from anyone.
So we're not gonna go through it now.
Well, we could. We'd have to set it up though. So I need, people's availability. We could actually open the hearing and ask for a day when we can go through it.
You mean next
Extend the
like
demo
Thursday?
delay
Yeah,
to
okay.
7 months, not 6 months.
Okay, yeah, we could do that.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, it's probably the easiest way to do it as far as having everybody in the room together. We're not gonna make it, I don't think we're gonna make a decision the first night, do you? Unless he's got compelling evidence that,
Without seeing them.
yeah.
Mhm. What's the proposal for reusing the space? Is it just are these?
What's that?
There's like the demo was asked for because something is being built there, or did they just want to raise it?
That's the condition of the building, I think, is the problem. It's got rotten tube wiring, which needs to, I think the building inspector wants it replaced. It's like a $30,000+ nut right there.
Yeah,
And I think the foundation's got some issues and a few other things.
sounds like my house, so that's not enough, I guess.
I mean, I haven't seen it, so.
Yeah, okay,
And I told them to,
Okay. okay,
I think the owner's probably thinking that it's a lot cheaper just to, take it down and build something.
Mhm.
I think it's a couple of condos, I just think it's something.
About the history of the building.
yeah, I tried to go into our place where our records are, but there's a ton of stuff, yeah, you can't go in,
Oh,
so,
it's the election.
so I wanted to, pull the, but I'll look on Macris, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely
Yeah.
inventory. So
Alright,
I did put it on here, right?
I think so. So that's next Thursday,
Next Thursday, 6:30. That'll also be a hybrid meeting. So
that's in the paper, or it will be put in the paper?
it's been
Posted,
advertised once.
okay.
It should be again this week. We should be good to go. I wanted to do it the same night as this but I had waited too long for them to get the notices out.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's okay.
not used to the,
Yeah.
especially the quick time ones. But yeah, I mean, I think the owner seems like he's willing to work with us as far as. And like I said, I told him, he said, well, this is a problem. I said, well, bring that, to, that's what you want to do. So, anyways.
Everyone aware that there have been tours of our cemeteries. With someone from the public.
Oh, yeah, one of them.
On Main Street.
No, that's
That's this Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
I missed the
Robert Cole, what was that his name?
I missed the East Street.
You went to the East Street? Oh, you missed it. I went to, St. Stan's. Last year. It was like in April. It was, I mean, he's okay, he's not great.
They had an East Street one not too long ago, there's one this Saturday.
Yeah.
Up in Main Street Cemetery.
It's at 11 o'clock or is it in the afternoon?
It is,
It's either 11 or 1, but I think it was 11.
It's 11.
He had an online thing of the Holyoke Richdale Cemetery. It's, if you're out five in the whole,
Big one there?
there's a big one on the left. There's another cemetery behind that. That's the one that did the tour up there. It's actually a pretty good. I mean, we were looking for Mackenzie's, who's a Congressional Medal of Honor winner, in Mackenzie Field after him.
Okay.
And we couldn't find the grave, and so I was asking him about it, and he was no help at all. Well, he said, well, it's not easy to find. And I'm like, yeah, we know that, because we couldn't find it.
This one's listed.
Thanks, you folks.
Thanks, nice meeting you guys.
Meeting you.
Well,
Reading about you.
Yes.
And will you have that working sometime in the future so we can
I hope so.
see it from home?
and we have in the past, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, we have,
We just,
we've had a lot, most of them recorded, but
Oh.
there's the thing,
yeah,
things happen and that,
We didn't see a link on the notice,
oh,
and we've attended other meetings through the links.
yeah.
We thought, oh, well, you guys don't do this.
I think it's the same link as why, but we should repost it. Because it's just the one,
Oh,
yeah, it's
so
the same one.
Friends of the Manhattan is the same link as you.
I think all the town meetings
Oh.
that come out are
I think so. Or is it a special code for each meeting?
well, I don't know for sure, but my impression
You're
is it's the same one, the way you
interested in
signed
everything
in.
You know,
It wasn't a historic one, it was
stuff.
just a town one.
I mean, the only thing that
I like
is
the
different
update. I like
is
the
FCB and, you know, those last
yeah,
digits at the end.
yeah.
I'm not sure if that's,
Maybe
They
so.
arrived at
Yeah, could be.
Manhattan.
actually, I'm looking at this and it's got a question mark.
In which case, then we need to
And
post
we
it
go
on
by
our.
and we
Yeah,
wonder.
well,
gee, I
I'll
wonder
find out
about that, I
tomorrow
wonder
because I'm
about
gonna
Yeah,
do the notice for the meeting, you know, posting for it. And I'll ask for another, you know, the link and see if it's, or, you know,
New Hampshire,
went to the office today and
little town.
there was nobody
hall,
around.
right
There was
next to the
just some
state capitol.
Cheryl, I don't know if you've met her.
It's sort of at the junction of I-93 and
Elections.
89.
Everybody's, yeah.
I mean, I, you know, I just happened to be out, I had a
Because of the rail.
class this morning.
Yeah,
Really?
We
didn't-
were
we didn't-
looking.
Phenomenal, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
we,
What do you, what's your thoughts on December meeting?
Wow.
and we
You wanna
didn't,
do
we
it,
hate
the 10th, technically, I got something else I could be,
Oh.
you know, could go
the
to.
old place in
If you wanna move to a different day,
And
Wednesday.
okay with
decided
me, yeah, I'm
this
happy
was
to
as far
do it
south
every
as we were
Yeah,
gonna move.
me too.
Wow.
I mean, it seems like
And
Wednesday's,
all the
it's the day that's always a
interconnecting trails and the-
conflict.
and the
Yes,
trails
exactly,
involved
I agree.
in this
you know,
state.
I mean, it's the only
Thought it was
days
just
that
retire to.
That is
there's hockey games besides like, you know,
Wow.
Martin Luther
Well,
Well,
King.
actually, Thursdays are a conflict for my CPA meetings.
That's what, you know, that's
So-
what, well, when is that,
Yeah,
The same,
like it.
it's like next Thursday, it's always,
is it just once a month?
Yeah, glad you're here.
So
Oh,
we can
welcome.
always do it
Thank
a
you.
week
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah.
I
You
was
are.
wondering why
This
you
is
were
the first, so it's always the second
Yes, I
Thursday,
know.
about Tuesdays.
It's always amazing how
Tuesdays work for me.
we're on a few
Tuesday should be good. I
committees.
don't think there's much going on.
Yeah.
Less conflicts on Tuesdays.
Yeah,
5, 6
we'll
people.
do that
You
for.
know, there's 12 people that do
The
everything.
only problem is getting a room,
One more.
so, yeah,
Some
I don't,
people are
like I said, I don't
born and
know, I mean,
raised here and
all our,
some
the
of us are
water
not.
meetings are always on
So,
Wednesday
but-
nights.
so-
When there's an evening hockey game, it's usually Wednesday nights when it's during the
well,
week.
I will keep that in
And,
mind.
We'll be seeing
just
you.
for some reason, it
Great,
seems
thank
like
you.
everything.
Thank you, yeah, welcome.
Like next week, I'm going to Albany. Anyways, was talking about the possibly moving our meeting nights to either Tuesday or Thursday. Maybe first Thursday or second Tuesday.
They're pretty equal for me.
What do you guys think? Yeah.
It's abstract for me in terms of my kids and sports, so I'm not gonna, I will always try. I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
always
that's
try, because this matters to me, but,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I seem to have more conflicts on Wednesdays than any other, days, so it's like, instead of constantly trying to move it around, or,
yeah.
Right.
it kind of causes the other issue. So next week, I'm gonna be gone like all day. So I'm gonna try to move it. Anyways,
Okay.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk after next meeting.
Okay.
Our meeting is Wednesday next week.
In December,
Thursday.
Next
The
week,
special meeting
Thursday
next week.
is-
it's Thursday,
It's
13th.
Thursday.
and then we're scheduled next to meet as a group on Wednesday in
Yeah,
December.
Well,
Unless- but we could change that.
Right.
Okay, right,
Yeah, so it
sounds,
comes up with another conflict. I mean, it's not anything I really have to do, but I wouldn't mind doing it.
conflicts are conflicts, so
Conflicts
just,
of conflict. All right, let's adjourn this meeting.
I move we adjourn this meeting.
I
Okay,
second that motion.
those in favor?
Aye.
Hey, thanks for.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.